How to build rapport with other agents and what that means in the industry. The real estate community, while there are a ton of us, is actually a pretty small community. I mean, you see it all the time in Chicago where it's such a huge city, but you run into the same people, or you have 1 degree of separation. Same thing with the real estate business. And actually, there's a stat out there, I don't know if it's factual, but 95% of the deals are done by 5% of the brokers. So be confident and build your personal brand when you're showing properties and communicating with other agents. Always be professional. We all have our own styles, personality, fashion, attitude. Think about what you're doing every single day and what way you're presenting yourself. Dress for success. I mean, I always had a very similar style. I would wear either jeans or pants and a button shirt when I was showing properties, or actually every single day when I went to the office, because I was doing client-facing interactive things and or even previewing properties with other agents. You want to present yourself in a way that you want to be reflected. So think about that. You're showing up. I actually had an associate that was working with me, and he was wearing shorts, and he would go to showings in shorts, and he was representing my brand. And I had to have a talk. I was like, it's not happening. No one wants to see your legs. Put some pants on. Like, we don't have a dress code, but you have to think about what you're presenting. Same thing with your attitude and your personality. I remember some of my first deals, even my 10th, 50th, 100th deal, and agents that were helping me through tricky situations, through the learning curve. And I know agents to this day that still bully and still try to bully me and will bully anyone that they can in this industry. So figure out who you want to be. And I suggest not being that bully, but make your personality reflective of who you want to be perceived as. Okay, it's really important. I would say that most days I am the same person. I bring the same style and approach to touring homes with buyers. I'm always upbeat and happy to be on a tour. Sometimes in the beginning of the tour, you're anxious or you're just not feeling the jam. But once I get going, I'm always into it. Showing homes is really cool. And people, I mean, there's TV shows about it. People really want to be what we're doing and watch what we're doing. And I really enjoy it. So point out all the positive aspects of the home, especially while you're there with a reciprocating, collaborating broker, listing broker, and or buying broker, depending on what side you're on. And make sure you're positive. Be detail oriented, and you can present the highlights that are suiting your client's needs and or not suiting your client's needs. But I rarely talk about pricing while I'm touring homes, and I definitely do not roast a home in person. Just wait till you get outside. It's crazy because you don't want to have that. Again, that's going to reflect on who you are as an agent, and they're going to continue to remember that if that's your jam. Every time you're in a house, you're just ripping it apart. When you're showing a house, this also is reflective of you, although it is in the background. Show up on time, please. We host a ton of showings as listing brokers. One of our pet peeves is being super late. Like, we'll give you a 10-minute grace period, 15-minute grace period, but be respectful of that listing broker's time. In the city, we are almost always showing as a buyer's agent with a listing broker showing up, and you're going to see that in the instructions. Make sure you understand drive time, showing time, and what your schedule looks like. If you are always late, that is going to reflect on you poorly and make you look like a rookie. Give ample time between showings. If you're late and something happens, which it's going to, make sure you text the broker. Take good notes from your showing instructions and have the agent's cell phone that's showing the property, not the listing agent, because that's not always the agent, and be respectful. If it's a lockbox situation, which a lot of you guys in the burbs are dealing with, make sure you leave the property in the condition you left it, or the showing instructions reflecting what condition you should leave it in. If there's more showings and they say leave the lights on, leave the lights on. Be courteous. If not, be sure to lock all the doors, turn off all the lights. You never want to get a phone call from a broker being like, hey, you were the last one there, and we know with Sentry Lock, and you left the back door open or the windows open or something crazy. Like, this is, again, reflecting on who you are as a broker. So be positive, especially as a listing broker. This is great. And Blaze and Jane can always reflect on some showings that we've had and some listings. There is a house for everybody out there. We've had listings, and I've taken listings, and I've been like, oh, this is definitely not going to show well. No one's going to buy this. There's a home for everyone. Each person are going to gravitate towards different styles and layouts and functionality in a home. Be positive, have your smile on, and sell the home with confidence, because there is a home for everybody. One thing I've really enjoyed, if you're going to a showing and you're starting a tour and you're meeting your clients there and you're there before your client and the listing broker's there, walk up, introduce yourself, and have a casual conversation. Let them know you're a real person. Build rapport. You're going to see that person over and over again, especially if you're working in a specific area and you're doing consistent volume. You want to have rapport with these agents. It's important when you get to negotiating, building relationships. It's so important. Giving feedback to listing brokers as a buyer's agent is critical. We're all getting those emails on showing time. Be the broker that it's part of your job. Literally, this is part of your job to give feedback. And I believe everything comes full circle. So if you believe in karma and you're a listing broker and I'm a buying tour, you don't give feedback, guess what? It's going to come back to you. So I personally, if I'm going on a 6-house tour, I will give detailed feedback to that listing broker and give back to the community. And sometimes agents who know who I am and know the volume that I'm doing will email me privately and be like, Matt, thank you so much for that feedback. It's really helpful. It is really helpful, especially if you have a listing that's sitting there. You want to be able to communicate with your seller and let them know what the community is thinking. That is honestly top of list. Agent collaboration can help when you're actually looking to price a unit. Let's say you get a listing and you're wavering between a $600,000 price point and a $650,000, and there's a couple other similar homes in the neighborhood that have sold. You can call that agent that you built a relationship with and ask them a few specific questions about why they priced their unit, what feedback they were getting. You have something similar. What do they think about pricing in today's market? Agent collab, and I've had so many brokers call me, and I do take the time out to mentor and or help price that property. Collaboration in this community is really, really important. I do suggest a lot of younger brokers join agent groups, join some clubs. The Young Professionals of Chicago Network, MLS hosts tons of events. MRED hosts tons of events. Attending local groups, it's really important. So car events, networking events, mortgage brokers are hosting events all the time. Get yourself out there. Start meeting brokers. It's going to help you down the road when you're negotiating deals, when you're looking for collaboration, when you're looking in a multiple offer situation and you have the relationship. I promise you, the squeaky wheel that gets the grease, it helps. I promise. So there will be deals that do not come together, and that can build a little bit of tension between agents. I've had it, dozens and dozens of times. After the deal reaches an impasse and it really is dead, there's going to be buyer-seller animosity and there's going to be some tension. Send an appreciation email to that collaborating broker you've been working with. Let them know you appreciate their time. Wish them luck moving forward. Make sure you're mending that fence because there is going to be a little sour taste in their mouth. And I don't think it's anyone's fault when you're dealing with a deal that reaches impasse. It's just one of those things. It is important, though, to send the appreciation email and let them know you're thinking that what you're thinking about them and as a person, as a broker, and let them know that they did a great job. And hey, this happens. If anything changes on your end, circle back and we will do the same. Building a relationship and a strong reputation is so important. It helps, honestly, when scheduling showings. The most basic task of a real estate broker can help when you have a reputation and a collaborative nature in this industry. Maybe you're trying to squeeze in a piggyback showing, or it's a short notice, or you want the other agent to host while you're traveling or something. Make sure you are courteous and have that reputation. We talked about negotiating multiple offers and in traditional deals. It's obviously beneficial to know the broker and have that relationship. And even calling them and introducing yourself has a positive impact. You don't have to start off and tell them your bio, where your kids are at school, what your life plans are, but give them a little bit of a personal touch. One thing that's actually cool when you're out on a buyer tour and you see a friendly face and like, hey, Matt, how's it going? How's your kids? What's going on? And just that 2-minute catch up while your clients are there, I honestly think it helps build credibility. It gives your clients the comfort of, hey, this guy, he knows people. He's doing well. He's moving and shaking. And who doesn't want to be popular, right? Let's be honest. So having that street cred is kind of cool, and it will help you in the long run. I can run through the top producer list that we get sent every year and give you most agents' bios, to be honest. And seriously, most of them are great people. 90 98.5% of people in this world are really good people and caring and genuine, but there are for sure some pretentious, arrogant people out there, and there are a handful of bullies, and you'll find them. I promise you, they'll probably find you. I could only imagine what people say about me. I would love to be a fly on the wall, and I'm sure there's some haters, but that's what makes it fun. Just get out there and be you, and be a positive impact in this business. Remember to dress for success, be knowledgeable. That's so important, especially when you're a showing agent. Let them know that the reciprocating broker who's there, be like, Matt knows what he's talking about. It's nice to have that comfort. And really don't talk pricing in person, especially with another broker there. It can be offensive or combative. Generally be nice and thoughtful. It will go a long way. Thank you all for joining. Appreciate it. And have a great week.